it's Nicole. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm giving my personal recommendations for what you should probably wear on your nails for summer 2026. It is currently 78 degrees here in the good old state of Connecticut, so I'm calling it summer's here at this point. And you know how you know it's summer? We got a naked Roo. Thanks for joining us. All of the polishes featured in today's video, these are going to be a mixture of things that I personally purchased as well as things that were sent to me in PR. Some of the polishes might be things from sponsored videos. Obviously, this video is not going to be sponsored, and you can tell it's a non-sponsored video.
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband.
Because my shirt has cussing and booty cheeks on it.
I cannot believe my eyes.
Also, I will link everything that I can in the description box that if I have links for them. Most of these should be relatively easy to find. Before we get started into the video, I would love for everyone just to let me know what polishes are you excited to wear for summer, be it like what you always wear for summer or just something new to you that you're ready to wear for summer. Okay, we're gonna start this video out with the one and only topper that I pulled out. Why is there only one topper, you ask? Because all of the toppers that I thought of all had reflective glitter in them, so I decided just to pull out one reflective glitter topper and call it. So this first polish up is called China Glaze IRL Sparkle. IRL Sparkle was originally released as part of like China Glaze Ulta exclusives, but it was a weird collection because they weren't really Ulta exclusives. Put it simply, this is a clear base with silver reflective glitter. I feel like most brands have a silver reflective glitter topper already. Cirque has one, Holo has one, tons of indie brands have them as well. I pulled this one out because I wanted to also have things that people could easily find like in store. I mentioned this in my review for this polish that I was really looking forward to China Glaze releasing reflective glitter since Salon Perfect did them a couple of summers ago. Since I posted that review, I think I've pulled this one out twice now. I kind of alternate between all of my silver reflective glitter toppers just because I have a lot at this point. But I feel like reflective glitter is such a fun finish to have for summer. It looks absolutely amazing in direct sunlight. IRL Sparkle, it has a beautiful formula. It doesn't feel too thick or too thin. It applies so nicely. Because this is reflective glitter, it is going to dry down fairly textured. You're going to want a couple of layers of top coat to smooth everything out. Removal is also going to be on the more difficult side because, you know, it's glitter. Use the soak off method or a peel off base coat, of course. But I feel like you can't go wrong with any color of reflective glitter. Like, I'm currently wearing reflective glitter on my toes. Like, I love reflective glitter so much. It's so incredibly sparkly in the sun. Also from China Glaze, I also want to pull out China Glaze's Arctic Confetti. For Arctic Confetti, this is a bright white base and it has a variety of neon hex glitters in here. This was originally released in the Dippin' Dots collection a couple of years ago. Technically, Arctic Confetti was discontinued, but you can still easily find this one online. I pulled this one out specifically because as I was looking through my China Glaze drawers, I go back to this polish fairly regularly because when I originally bought this one, I was absolutely convinced that this was going to have a really bad glitter bleeding problem. And the fact that the base on here is still pretty dang white, this makes me very, very excited. So I've been pulling it out more and more recently, and I definitely want to pull it out again. I myself love a white glitter crelly. I unfortunately feel that white glitter crellies have indeed fallen out of favor.
Trash.
For me personally, what really got me into buying nail polish online specifically was definitely the glitter. And I just love me a good white glitter crelly, and I feel like we don't get enough of them. And I feel like glitter crellies have for sure fallen out of favor, so I really wanted to include at least one white glitter crelly because they make my heart very, very happy. This very much gives off vanilla ice cream with rainbow sprinkles kind of vibe, which I really, really appreciate. Arctic Confetti is just a really super fun polish, and if you haven't tried a glitter crelly already, I'm gonna say it, you're missing out. This next polish is quite a bit of a throwback as far as polishes go for my channel. This next one is from the indie brand Sweet and Sour Lacquer, and the polish is called Summer Ween. This is actually a collaboration shade that I did with the brand 4 years ago, which, wow, it does not feel like 4 years ago, first of all. I will pop a picture up in the corner of what this one looked like brand new when I originally swatched it out. Summer Ween originally was a super bright neon pink with a whole bunch of Halloween inspired glitters. Basically, the inspo for this was a polish that I mixed up on a live stream, and I loved it, but I knew someone who makes nail polish could in fact make it look better. So I asked Darlene, the owner of Sweet and Sour Lacquer, if she could mix up a super bright neon pink base with a whole bunch of Halloween inspired glitters, and Darlene came through and made one of my favorite polishes of all time, Summer Ween. Unfortunately, this shade has been discontinued. I truthfully am not 100% sure if Darlene is ever going to restock this one. I do know that Darlene is really receptive to customer feedback. If people ask for something to come back, Darlene is pretty receptive at bringing stuff back. So if you are curious at all about this one coming back, I highly recommend just, you know, reaching out to the brand on either their Facebook or their Instagram to find out. As I keep saying, my bottle of Summerween has faded just like a little bit. Instead of it being like a super bright pink, it's more like a pastel neon pink now. But even though this one has faded, I still pull this one out every year, both for summer and Halloween. I sometimes even wear it on my birthday. This is definitely one of my favorite polishes, both because it is pink and has Halloween glitter in it, also because just the memories of it all. Unfortunately with neons do tend to fade a little bit. So I'm not like upset that this one has faded over time because again, I still think it's gorgeous as is. The next polish up is from Holo Taco. I wanted to pull out Circuit Breaker. The reason why I pulled out Circuit Breaker specifically, because in my personal opinion, if you're not wearing at least one silver linear holographic in the summer months, I feel like you're summering wrong.
I said what I said.
Unless you live somewhere where summer is like winter and it's reversed. But whatever, I feel like everybody needs at least one silver linear holographic in their life. If you watched my video where I compared all of my silver linear holographics, you know that I have quite a few silver linear holos. And I feel like as of late, Holo Taco Circuit Breaker is the one that I personally have been pulling out the most, so that's why it's making for this video. But in truth, I'm just saying any silver linear holo, I feel like everybody needs at least one. I just happen to have a dozen. Circuit Breaker is a gorgeous, really strong silver linear holographic in natural lighting. This looks absolutely amazing. I feel like Circuit Breaker looks good both on its own as well as pairing it with toppers. I'm pretty sure I have pictures of me wearing it with toppers as well, because I feel like I've been pulling Circuit Breaker a lot the past year, so we'll pop some pictures up in the sides as well. But there's just something about like going outside in bright lighting and seeing just like a linear holographic and just like punching you in the face. And silver is always going to be the strongest of all the linear holos, so that's why I'm going with do silver. And like another added benefit of a good linear holographic is you're going to get all of like the rainbowy goodness of a glitter, but with zero texture. So that's another good reason to bust out a linear holo. The next polish is also another one from Holo Taco. The reason why this one is making it in the video is because Holo Taco just decided to discontinue it for some reason.
Oh man, hate.
Why? Why would you do that? When I heard that Holo Taco discontinued this shade, I also said, beach please. Oh, that was dumb. Yeah, I tried to make a joke and it didn't land at all. Beach Please is a great example of polishes that I want Holo Taco to release. I am blanking on the name of the collection that this one came out in, but it was that vacation collection that Holo Taco did. The overall color of this polish is like the most beautiful sandy beach color that you've ever seen in your life, but it also has gold holographic glitter and gold reflective glitter. And I feel like that sandy color pairs so beautifully with gold reflective and gold holographic. And one thing that I love for summer is gonna be gold holo and gold reflective, and I feel like this polish just having both is just absolutely perfect. Truthfully, this was a surprise for me for Holo Taco to discontinue, just because I thought everybody liked this one.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
And I'm gonna call Linry out really quickly because Linry said in her video that people didn't buy this one because it's a nail art polish and people aren't nail arting. While I would agree people probably aren't nail arting as strongly as Linry is, this is not a nail art polish to me. This polish by itself is the art. The art is right there, and doing anything else with this is just, you know, doing more. But like the art is there. This is art. It's such a beautiful, 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 beautiful polish. I'm genuinely upset that it's being discontinued. Like, oh. Why? So yeah, I wanted to include this one because I love this polish to pieces and I'm just kind of annoyed that it's being discontinued. I think I usually wear this one in 2 or 3 coats. I never mention coats for these videos because, like, I don't know. Obviously all the formulas are going to be good. I'm not going to say, oh, get this polish, it's bad, it's terrible. Actually, that's a lie.
The lie.
I did tell people that I like the China glazes and like they were a little tricky, but I love them anyway. It would not be me recommending polishes for summer and not mention the Cirque Vice collection. I feel like I know I'm not the only one who looks forward to the Vice collection every year. So for the 2026 lineup, I was trying really hard to think of which polishes are like the top tier, most like fit for summer and not just my own personal preference for summer. Like I feel like this generalized perfect for summer. So of course, first up we have Electric Daisy from Cirque Colors. This is a super bright neon neon highlighter yellow shade. This is the kind of like a tennis ball, has like a little bit of like green to it. This is that color. This is like the color of highlighters. Cirque has brought back Electric Daisy, I don't know, 4 times now, 5 times maybe. It's more than 3. And every single time I love it. It's such a beautiful, perfect color. And I will say, out of all of the various like neon colors, I feel like this tone of yellow is, from Cirque at least, this tone of yellow is very rare, for my opinion, to fade to the point where it's no longer looking that color. As I mentioned in my Vice video, I do personally think that the Electric Daisy formula from this year is the best formulated version of Electric Daisy that I personally own. I feel like they thickened it up a little bit and made it quite a bit more opaque, and it's really good. Perfect in 2 coats. Also from the Vice collection this year, I also highly recommend Super Freak. This was actually my first time getting Super Freak from Cirque. I've never had this color from them. I forget what year this one originally came out in. Super Freak is a super bright orange leaning red. No, red leaning orange. Hi, editing Nicole here. Ignore everything I have to say about calling this polish a red leaning orange. It is not red, it is just like a bright traffic cone orange. I couldn't decide between this one and Road Rage, and I think I was like meshing Road Rage with Super Freak in my mind. So all the mentions here in red, I was thinking of Road Rage, so ignore. Red leaning orange. It's orange, but it's a very red toned orange. I myself usually am not a huge fan of any of oranges or browns that have a strong red lean to them. I just don't usually love how they look on me. For whatever reason this year, my personal preference on disliking red leaning oranges is out the window, because who's been wearing red leaning oranges on the toesies constantly? This girl. Me. I don't know why, but I have really been loving those kind of tones. Super Freak has a fantastic formula. This was just shy of being a 1 coater on me, but I swatched out in 2 coats. It is just a super bright color. If you aren't already wearing neons for summer, I don't know what to tell you other than seek help. Like, why aren't you doing neons? Honestly, wear neons all year round in truth, but like especially summer, you need at least 1 neon. Just get a neon.
Do it! Just do it!
And speaking of colors that I couldn't not bring up in a video, cobalt blue. This wouldn't be a summer video if I didn't mention at least 1 cobalt blue. So of course I'm picking Rhapsody in blue because it's my favorite one. Cirque's Rhapsody in blue is this beautiful purple toned cobalt blue. I feel this has like the teeniest droplet of purple in it that's like slightly different than my other cobalt blues. In truth, I would say any cobalt blue works. I actually went back and forth if I was gonna do Cirque's Rhapsody in blue or Essie's Butler Please before my favorite cobalt blue for this video. I opted to go for Rhapsody in blue just because I feel like I wear that one more often than I wear Essie's Butler Please. But I just love cobalt blue, and I think cobalt blue is perfect for summer. Cobalt blue is this perfect this time of year. A little birdie told me that apparently cobalt blue is supposed to be the color of summer. I'm here for that, honestly. I love me a cobalt blue. So I will fully admit, even though I'm saying specifically Rhapsody in blue, really any cobalt blue will do. I rhymed. And I had a hard time deciding between all my cobalt blues which one I was gonna do, and Rhapsody blue just made it in because this is the one that I just wear most often. But there's just something really great about a bright cobalt blue. It's fantastic on your nails, it's fantastic with toppers, it's fantastic on your toes. It just looks good. Just, oh, I love it so very much. So yeah, any cobalt blue will do, but Rhapsody in blue is my personal favorite. These next 2 polishes are actually new to me polishes. These just came out, I think last month, and I still can't pronounce them. Also, because this is summer we're talking about, this is also solar season, so I didn't want to do this video without recommending at least 1 solar nail polish. And since all of my favorite solar nail polishes are currently discontinued by a brand that's no longer around,
Just come back to me.
I wanted to include solars that were easily to obtain, and so we have Mooncat's Manchineel Tree, which I'm probably still saying wrong. Manchineel Tree is a beautiful bright green to yellow solar nail polish, which, spoiler, I'm currently wearing that one on my toes for my pedicure, and yes, I did in fact put a reflective glitter topper on top of it because duh, why not? We want to shout out Ashley from Polished Mess over on Instagram and also here on YouTube for the idea of putting a solar on my toes. For whatever reason, I never wear solars or even thermal caramels as a pedicure color, and it just never really dawned on me to do that. And so since I've been wearing sandals a lot recently, I decided to, you know, try this polish out as a pedicure, and it is so incredibly fun just walking around with my toesies out, looking at my toes changing colors in the sun. I'm loving it. There is also this kind of like orangey kind of shimmer in this polish, and like, yeah, you can see it pretty easily, but I feel like the color changing effect is very much the star of the show for this one. Manchineel Tree is also going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your application style. Manchineel Tree just came out in Mooncat's spring collection, which came out, I think that was last month this one came out.
Wrong.
I don't really see this one as a spring color at all. I feel like it fits really nicely to summer and even like a little bit towards fall. And the second solar nail polish that I also want to talk about was Mooncat's Death's Trumpet. This is a pink to purple solar. So indoors it's going to be pink, and in UV lighting it's going to be purple. Hopefully I remember to take a picture. I actually wore this one as a manicure a few weeks ago when I went to my nephew's graduation ceremony, and this one is another stunner. I will fully admit, each time that I've worn both of the Mooncat solar polishes, I have in fact worn them with reflective glitter toppers or just any kind of topper. I feel like on their own, even though like it's cool that they change colors in like different solar, that's not how you phrase that, Nicole. Even though I think it's really cool that they change colors when in sunlight, I feel like they just need a little bit more sparkle for me personally. So these are really great polishes to also pair with toppers. The day that I'm recording this, I did note that Death's Trumpet is indeed currently out of stock on the Mooncat website, but this release isn't limited edition, so it should be restocked at some point. But I absolutely love solars for summer. I feel like it's just a really fun finish, and like, I wouldn't even say me myself I spend that much time outside. I have 2 dogs, so I have to bring the dogs to go to the bathroom, play with the dogs outside. So for me personally, most of my solar enjoyment comes from my daily walk to the mailbox as well as just playing with the dogs outside. So technically, I wouldn't actually describe these next 2 polishes as like summer exclusive polishes. These are more so my accent nails that look great with summer polishes. So the first polish up, y'all know I can't talk about accent nails without bringing up Lacquistry's Amazeballs Holo. It is probably my all-time favorite polish from Lacquistry at this point. It's also my most used. Amazeballs is exactly what it sounds like. This is Amazeballs. The best way that I could describe Amazeballs is if you had like picture gold, just picture gold, and then turn that into like 1,000 different kinds of flakies and like a little dash of glitter. And that is Amazeballs. Amazeballs is just a truly stunning nail polish. If you follow me over on Instagram, you would notice that my weekend manicures very heavily feature Amazeballs as my accent nail. It's my new favorite accent nail polish. It's just a stunner. Like, I've got nothing else to say other than like, it's absolutely beautiful. To give you all an idea of how frequently I use this as my accent nail polish, I no longer put this polish away. I just leave it on my table that I do my nails on so that it's always there for me to use as an accent polish. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I will fully admit, however, Lacquistry does also have another gold polish called Gilded Resplendence. They are both fantastic accent nails. Yeah, I'll put a comparison here, a side by side of the 2 polish because I've got swatches of both of them. Would I say you need to have both? You don't need to have both, but like, I see visual differences between the 2 of them. But this is just an absolutely stunning accent nail, and I feel like this next to like a neon, absolutely beautiful. And my second accent nail polish, I am including this one in here just because I know that some people that gold doesn't look great on them. So I wanted to include another option for a really good summer accent nail for those of you who don't look great in gold. So this is another Lacquistry polish called Super Mega Ultra. It is basically a super reflective silver / iridescent color that also looks really, really good as an accent nail. So on top of having like a very silver tone look to it, it also has iridescent flakies plus some glitter. And I also have been wearing this one quite a bit. Not as much as Amazeballs, but like this is one that gets pulled out fairly frequently as well. I did review Super Mega Ultra in a video a few months back. I'm pretty sure it has been restocked since then. If you are unfamiliar with the brand, Lacquistry has become one of my favorite new to me indie brands. Their polishes are just jam-packed with all of the flakies and glitters and just everything. They are all solid 2 coaters, super sparkly, super reflective. If you are very much like me and you are a very like, I want my nail polish to punch me in the face. I want all of the sparkles. I want all of like the prettiness. I want this to be so many things happening right now that my eyeballs go cross-eyed trying to figure out what it's looking at. Then you would love Lacquistry, because those are their polishes in a nutshell. But Amazeballs and Super Mega Ultra, definitely highly recommend. I will note, because these polishes have so many flakies and things in them, they do dry down fairly textured. You're gonna want a couple of layers of top coat to smooth all of the flakies and doodads out. And these are gonna also be polishes I would definitely recommend the soak off method or peel off base coat. I personally soak them off every time I wear them. I usually soak with acetone for about 3 to 5 minutes per nail. It's 3 to 5 minutes total. It's not like I'm doing one nail at a time. But yeah, like 3 to 5 minutes of acetone soak, it gets everything off pretty easily. The next polish that I also wanted to recommend is another newer polish that just came out for summer this year, and it's ILNP's Halo. ILNP describes Halo as being a cool tone pink base with a gold to green shifting shimmer and holographic flakies. This polish is absolutely gorgeous. This was one of the polishes that I wore was that last month? Halo was one of the polishes that I swatched last month that immediately after removing it, I knew that I had to wear it again. Spoiler, I ended up wearing it again. It is an absolutely gorgeous polish. It has a very kind of crunchy looking shimmer. It's just so pretty, and it looks absolutely amazing in the sun. I had such a good time wearing this one. I was really sad when I had to take it off. I will call that one a 2 to 3 coat depending on personal preference. It is a fairly sheer polish, but because it has this a super strong shimmer and a whole lot of hollow in here, it does distract quite a bit from your nail line. I'm pretty sure that when I wore it for my personal wear, on both hands by the way, pretty sure I wore it in 3 coats for that one, but it's just an all around just absolutely stunning nail polish. I'm really hoping ILNP releases more polishes that look like it, but Halo just has this super multi-dimensional look on the nail that it just really is a stunner. It's gonna be one of those polishes that you're just gonna constantly be staring at your nails. It's just so incredibly beautiful. I would be highly surprised if I make it through the rest of the summer without pulling that one out again. And the final polish in this video is actually something that came out last year. This is from a brand called Royla Lee. They're an indie brand. I'm pretty sure I haven't featured this brand on my channel since I did the PPU videos years ago. For this one, this is a polish pickup shade. If you don't know, polish pickup is an indie collaboration. Every month a whole bunch of indie brands get together to release special edition polishes for like one weekend. If you don't like FOMO stuff, you're not gonna like PPU because you quite literally only have like a couple of days to shop. But if you like indie nail polish and want to try out a whole bunch of brands, it's not a bad place to get nail polish. For this shade is called This Is the Ass of a Killer, Bella. Listen, y'all knew I was gonna throw something Twilight related in here. You saw the shirt. You knew that there was gonna be something Twilight related. This polish actually came out in PPU in December 2025. I am a massive Twilight fan. I feel like most people watching the channel probably knew that about me already. Here's a picture of my Twilight shrine. I wouldn't necessarily describe this polish as a summer polish. I'm pretty sure the brand originally said that the base on this one was actually black, but I found that when I've worn this one, all you see on the nail is this super color shifty green to teal to blue shifting shimmer and a really fun bright silver reflective glitter. It's not a dark polish at all in my opinion. Unfortunately, this shade is no longer around, but I feel like it would be pretty easy to dupe this one out if you have just like a green to teal to blue shifting shimmer and like a silver reflective topper. It's not a hard polish to dupe at all. In truth, did I buy this one because of the name? Yes, I did. In case you didn't know, I buy Twilight themed things because of the names all the time. But I wanted to include this one because I knew for sure that I was gonna be busting this one out again this summer because again, I really like Twilight. I do know that the brand Royla Lee, they did also release what I think might have also been a limited edition polish. They released that same polish but without the reflective glitter on their website recently. I don't know if that's gonna get restocked or not, but I know it did exist. They also had a Twilight collection a few months ago, and yes, I did buy those too. Well, I mean, I got 2 polishes from them. I didn't get the whole thing. The final polish that I want to recommend for summer 2026 is from Cracked, polish called Jump In. I posted my video for their summer Oasis collection, I think that was last month, and this polish really stuck in my head. I feel like the color of this one just very much reminds me of like the color of a pool, like just the pool. That is the color of this. And there are iridescent flakies and holographic glitters, and it's just a really fun mixture of flakies and glitters. It is a more sheer polish, but I feel like this one screams summer. Like the whole collection was fantastic, very summery, but I feel like this polish and the topper in the collection, my mind keeps going back to, and I need to pull these ones out again to wear because like I just really like the color of this one. Like, and I feel like the overall sheerness of this shade, it really just adds to like the pool. I don't own a pool, but if I did own a pool, I would want it to look like this. I would want glitter on the bottom, so when I look down at it, it looked like, although you know, I just said that, and I just realized that like the sun is a thing, and the sun hitting the water on the pool would make the pool look sparkly without the glitter. Well, I still would want a glitter pool, because why not? But Jump In is just such a fun color. I really need to pull this one out again. I will fully admit, I do feel like when I pull this one out again, I'm probably gonna put a reflective glitter topper on it. But like I said earlier, I almost always put a reflective glitter topper on almost everything at this point. So like that's not a fault to the polish itself. It's just such a fun, bright, fun color for summer. So those are all of my top picks for summer 2026. What did you all think? Again, I would love to know everyone's top picks for summer. Like what are you definitely gonna be wearing out once it gets like summery where you are? Before we end today's video, I wanna give a very special shout out to my channel members. Shenanigans, Storm fans, your names of course, all on the screen right now. If you would like to sign up for my channel memberships, there's a link for that in the description box, but of course, it's completely optional. Just like the video, comment on the video, share the video, subscribe, all the things. Hype, like for the algorithm, I don't know, all the things. So just thank you all for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, let me know what polishes you're excited to wear for the summer. So just thank you all for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely week, folks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
When I get high, I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Yeah, I'm headed to the Bucks, then I'm ballin' like yeah.